Design of one-way continuous slab. Design of one-way continuous slab. This is the problem given. Design a continuous RC slab for a classroom 7 meter by 14 meter. The roof is to be supported on RC beams spaced at 3.5 intervals. The width of the beam should be kept 230 mm. The superimposed load is 3 kilonewton per meter square and the finishing load is 1 kilonewton per meter square. Use M20 concrete and Fe4 and 5 steel. Okay, this is a given problem related to what? One-way continuous slab. Okay, slight modifications is there, that's all. While calculating, that is what? Bending moment as well as the shear force. Rest all the steps, it is same as such of what? One-way slab as well as cantilever slab. Okay. See, go through that problem. First, see, this is what? Example, like figure. S1, S2, S3 and S4. These are all the continuous slab. This is the rooftop view. Okay, this slab, it is supported by the beams which is spaced at a distance of 3.5 meter. The total, okay, width of that slab, it is what? 7 meter, and that is what? Total length of that slab, it is what? 14 meter. In that 14 meter, it is supported on beams which is spaced equally at a distance of 3.5 meter. Okay, they are specified in the problem. See here, you can observe here, the total width of the slab, it is 7 meter and the total length, it is 14 meter. That roof, it is supported on RC beams which is spaced at 3.5 interval. Okay, 3.5 interval, they have supported all these slab, S1, S2, S3 and S4. It is supported on beams at an interval of 3.5 meter. If you add 3.5 meter plus 3.5 plus 3.5 and 3.5, the total length is 14 meter. Okay, this is the figure. First, write down the given data. What are all the data they have given? Okay. That is given data. Okay, what are all the things they have given? Width of support they have given, that is 230 mm. Okay, and the grade of concrete they have given, FCK value, it is 20 Newton per mm square. Okay, and Fy they have given the steel, that is 415 Newton per mm square. Okay, and the finishing load they have given, I will denote it as FL. It is 1 kilonewton per meter square, and the live load they have given, that is 3 kilonewton per meter square. The live load, it is also called it as what? Superimposed load. Okay, and the spacing they have given it as 3.5 meter. Okay, which is supported on what? Beams. Okay, these are all the given data. Okay. Next thing, the step 1 in the design of one-way continuous slab. It is similar as such of what? One-way slab. The first step is, that is depth of slab. Depth of slab. Okay, depth of slab. The first step. Okay, you know that it is what? For continuous slab. Okay, for continuous, the span by effective depth ratio as per the clause 23.2.1, page number 37, L by D ratio for continuous, it is 26. Okay, that is page number 37 of clause 23.2.1. See here, See, that is the basic values of span to effective depth ratio for span up to 10 meter. For continuous, it is 26. Because we are designing what? One-way continuous slab. For continuous, span by effective depth ratio, it is what? 26. Okay. Take down L will be your what? That is the spacing 3.5 meter. Okay, because all the slabs it is supported by a beam at an equal interval of 3.5 meter. Okay, then length will be what? Your 3.5. Substitute in mm, that is D, that will be equal to 26. Calculate, that is the D value. D you will get it as 134.61 mm. Round it off to 140 mm. Okay, that is D will be equal to what? 140 mm. Once you calculate that is effective depth, assume that is effective cover, that is D dash equals to, take it as 20 mm. Okay, that is the effective cover. Then calculate overall depth. It will be effective depth plus effective cover, that will be equal to. Okay, that will be equal to, that is 140 plus 20, and you will get it as 160 mm. Okay, then your overall depth it will be 160 mm. Okay, put it in a box. Okay, the steps, first you calculated effective depth, then go for overall depth. Okay, once you calculate that is the overall depth, second step is, okay, once you calculate that, that is the second step. Step 2, that is effective span. Effective span. Okay, effective span. The second step, in order to calculate that effective span, width of support they have given. Width of support. Width of support equals to 230 mm. Okay, width of support they have given, that is 230 mm. You need to calculate, that is the clear span. Clear span, it is given by what? Okay, length minus of width of support. Width of support. Width of support. L is what your, the length they have given. The span, it is 3.5 meter. That is 3500 minus width of support, it is 230. Calculate, that is the clear span. Okay, you will get it as 3270 mm. This is what your clear span. Okay, once you calculate it, that is the clear span. Okay, that is from page number 35 of IS 456. I will show you. See here. See, while calculating, that is the effective span, that is page number 34. Okay, there are three cases are there. First one is what? Simply supported beam or slab, but in our case it is what? Continuous slab. Go for the option that is the B. See here, our case it is what? Continuous beam or slab design you are doing. In the case of continuous beam or slab, carefully concentrate it. If the width of the support, if the width of the support means what? How much they have given in the problem? Width of the support, it is 230 mm. If the width of the support, if it is less than 1 by 12th of the clear span, if the width of the support is less than 1 by 12th of the clear span, you need to check it out. What will be the value of 1 by 12th of the clear span? If the width of the support is less than 1 by 12th of the clear span, In order to calculate the effective span, you should follow 22.2a. 22.2a means as such of what? Effective span calculation, which are done earlier for the case that is simply supported beam or the slab. Okay, that case. If not means, what you need to do, if the support it is wider than 1 by 12th of the clear span or 600 mm, whichever is less, the effective span shall be as considered below. Okay, as considered below. But for your case, you will get it what? The width of the support is less than 1 by 12th of the clear span for your syllabus. Okay, I will read out. If it is extends that, if it is more than that, for the end span, if one end fixed and the other continuous, or for intermediate span, the effective span will be the clear span between the support. Okay, if the for end span with one end fixed and other it is continuous, or for intermediate span, the effective span shall be the clear span between the supports. Okay, next is what different cases they have given. For the end span, if one end free and the other end continuous, the effective span shall be equal to clear span plus of the effective depth of the beam or slab, or another formula, the clear span plus of the width of the discontinuous support, whichever is lesser. The least value of these two formula, depending upon the support condition. Okay, in the case of span, if roller or rocket bearings, if they have provided, the effective span shall always be the distance between the center of the bearing. Distance between what? Center of the bearings. Okay, but for our syllabus, you will get it, that is the width of the support is less than what? 1 by 12th of the clear span. If it is less than 1 by 12th of the clear span, we are using the same effective span formula. Okay, now we will check it out. What will be the value of 1 by 12th of the clear span? Okay, once you calculate, that is the clear span. Okay, therefore 1 by 12th of clear span, that will be equal to 1 by 12 multiplied by clear span is 3270. Calculated. Okay, you will get it as 272.5 mm. Okay, this is in, that is the page number 35 of clause 22.2. I will write it as B. Okay, 272.5. Compare, that is 1 by 12th clear span with the width of the support. Compare that 1 by 12th of the clear span, how much you got it? 272.5. And the width of the support, it is what? 230. Compare these two value. Okay, compare these two value and write down thus width of support is less than 1 by 12th of clear span. Okay, thus width of support is less than 1 by 12th of clear span. Okay. Next, you calculate effective span. Therefore, effective span is given by, that is the least of the following. Okay, first formula is what? That is clear span plus effective depth. That will be equal to, clear span is what? 3270 plus effective depth, it is 140. You will get it as 3410 mm. In terms of meter, 3.41 meter. Okay. Then the second formula to calculate effective span, that is the clear span plus center to center distance between the support. That will be equal to, clear span is 3270 plus center to center distance between the support. It is what? 230 divided by 2 plus 230 divided by 2. Okay, then you will get it as 3500 mm. In terms of meter, 3.5 meter. Okay, this is what to calculate, that is effective span. Okay, next in these two value, adopt that is the least value as the effective span. It is LE will be equal to 3.41 meter. This is what your LE. Okay. Next step, that is step number 3. Step number 3, load calculation. Load calculation. You need to calculate, that is the load. First you need to calculate, that is dead load of slab. Dead load of slab, that will be equal to B into D into length, take it as 1 multiplied by density. Substitute the value. B is what? 1 meter. And the overall depth, it is 0.16 into 1. Take the density as 25. Then calculate, that is the dead load. You will get it as 4 kilonewton per meter square. Okay. Then add finishing load. They have given, that is 1 kilonewton per meter square. Then calculate separately, that is the total dead load. Okay, you will get it as 5 kilonewton per meter square, the total dead load. Similarly, superimposed load or the live load they have given. Superimposed live load they have given, that is 3 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, you need to. Okay, slight changes you will observe now. Okay, separately you need to calculate total dead load and the total, that is the superimposed live load. Then convert, that is the dead load as well as the live load, that is the factored load, by multiplying by its partial factor of safety. Okay, once you calculate that is total dead load and the superimposed live load, convert that into factored loads. Okay, that is factored load. Okay, that is the factored dead load. Factored dead load, that is WU. Dead load, I will give it as the notation, that is G, that will be equal to 1.5 into 5. Okay. Then that will be equal to 7.5 kilonewton per meter square. This is what your factored dead load. Similarly, factored live load, that is WU. Live load, I will denote it as WQ. That will be equal to 1.5 into 3. You will get it as 4.5 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, that is the factored dead load as well as the live load. Okay. Next is what in case of one-way continuous slab. Okay, in order to calculate, that is the design bending moment as well as the shear force. Okay. See, as per IS 456, as provided, that is the bending moment coefficients as well as shear coefficients, which is available in page number 36 of table 12 as well as 13 in order to calculate what? Design bending moment as well as the shear force value. Okay, why? Because it is what? A continuous one-way slab it is. Okay, in order to derive that equation, the code itself has specified that is what? Bending moment coefficients. Okay, I will show you now. Okay, take down this. That is from page 36, table 12, bending moment coefficients, bending moments coefficients, and table 13, shear coefficients, it is in IS 456. Okay, that is bending moment equation. It is given by bending moment mu will be equal to WU LE square. Okay, you know that WL square multiplied by its bending moment coefficients. Okay, this bending moment coefficient, it is available in table number 12 as well as 13. Okay, to obtain that is what? Bending moment coefficients as well as the shear coefficients. Okay, similarly to calculate that is the shear force VU, that is WU into LE, that coefficient should be multiplied by square of the effective span as well as the load. Okay, it should be multiplied by shear coefficients. Okay, mu is WU into LE square. It should be multiplied by bending moment coefficient, which is available in table 12 as well as 13. Shear force equation is what? Design shear force and the design moment. WU into LE multiplied by shear coefficient. Both this bending moment coefficient and shear coefficient, it is available in page 36, table 12 as well as 13. We will see now. Okay, before that you have calculated that is what? WU as well as for dead load separately as well as the live load. Factor dead load as well as the live load. Okay. Now, I will show you now. See here. See a page number 36 of IS 456, table number 12 as well as table number 13. They have given bending moment coefficient as well as shear coefficient to calculate design moment as well as the design shear for one-way continuous slab. Okay, before that, we should understand how to take this value. That is what? Bending moment coefficient as well as the shear coefficient. Okay, observe the table now. They have given the type of load here. Okay, type of load. In that, there are two cases load are there. Dead load and imposed load, that is fixed. Is it not? The dead load and the live load. Okay, it is fixed. Another one, that is the live load, it is not fixed. Live load, it is going to vary. Is it not? Okay, separately they have given that is the bending moment coefficient for two different types of load. That is what? Dead load as well as the live load. Okay, next is what? That is the span moment as well as the support moment. You need to understand what is the span moment and the support moment. I will show you now. Okay. Next is what in that span moment, there are two criteria you need to consider. First one is what? Near middle of end span. Middle is nothing but center. Near center of end span, at center of interior span. Middle or center, both are same. I will show you upon next by writing that figure. That is what is the span and the support moment, where at point we need to consider. Okay, see these plus 1 by 12. The span moments always it is positive, and the support moment it is always negative. Okay, in case of support moment, they are specified at support next to the end support. Okay, which are all the end support, I will show you. Next is what? At other interior support. If you learn how to take, pick out this data from this table, rest all the thing it is easy. Okay, I will show you now by writing the figure. Writing the figure, I will show you. See, write down. Okay. Okay. This you consider, that is the support A. This is B, C, this is D, and this is E. Okay. You can observe this first figure. This figure. Say this is what one-way continuous slab, S1, S2, and S3, S4. It is supported by what? The beams. Okay. This is one beam, second, third, fourth, and this fifth. Okay, I've wrote it here. Okay, this you call it as what? Support. Okay, next, which I wrote it this point, that is 2, 3, and this is 4. This you call it as what? Span. Okay, that is capital A, B, C, D, E are the support point, and row 1, that is the number 1, 2, 3, 4 are the span. Okay. Okay, there are specified in that table, that is for 2 cases. First, you learn how to take the data, that is separately for dead load, bending moment coefficient, and the live load, bending moment coefficient. Okay, observe here. The first case is what? First is what? For the dead load, you need to take, that is the bending moment coefficient for the span moment. Span means what? Which I wrote it in a number, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, at this middle, okay, the moment you call it as what? Span moment. at the support which I wrote it A, B, C, D, E. This point you call it as what? Support moment. Okay. This number 1, 2, 3, 4, you call it as what? Span moment. And the support alphabet A, B, C, D, you call it as what? Support moment. Okay. In that, you need to pick out the data that is what? Near middle of end span. Near center of end span. Middle or center both are same. Near middle of end span. Okay. Middle of end span means what? Observe in this figure, which are all the end span. That is the portion AB as well as DE are the end span. Okay, that is the AB as well as DE are the end span. Near middle of end span. Near middle of end span means what? Near, that is the center of end span. Near center of end span. Okay, that is what? Bending coefficient for dead load as well as the live load is what? Plus 1 by 12. Similarly, the live load it is what? Plus 1 by 10. Plus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 10. This thing is very important. Near middle of end span. End span is what? AB as well as DE. Near middle of end span. Middle of end span, this is what? End span. At this middle of end span means at here. At this portion, the bending moment coefficient is what? That is plus 1 by 12 and plus 1 by 10. 1 by 12 plus it is for dead load plus 1 by 10 for the live load. Write down that coefficient here. That is plus 1 by 12 for the dead load. Similarly, for the live load, it is what? Plus 1 by 10. Similarly, for D portion also, it is also end span. That is middle of the end span. For the dead load, bending moment coefficient is what? Same, it is plus 1 by 12. For the live load, it is 1 by 10. Sorry, it is 1 by 10. It is 1 by 12. Okay. Next is what? Observe in this table. I'm talking about the span moment. Okay. Next is what? At middle of interior span. You need to identify which all the portions are interior span. Observe here. Interior span is what? AB and CD are the end span, you understood. BC and CD is what? Your interior span. Okay. At the middle of interior span for the dead load, what is the bending moment coefficient? See here, at middle of interior span, dead load coefficient is plus 1 by 16. Then at this case, BC as well as CD are the interior span. Middle of interior span for the dead load is plus 1 by 16. Okay. Similarly, this also middle of interior span for the dead load 1 by 16. Okay. Next is what? For the live load. Okay. Middle of interior span, it is what? Plus 1 by 12. Okay. That is plus 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12. Okay. This is what your span moment. All these are span moments. Okay. All these are what? Span moments. Okay. Next is what? The same way. You need to observe the value, that is the moment value at the support. See here. That is the support moment. In that support moment, two cases, it is divided into two sub-cases. At support, next to the end support, and other interior support. Before that, you should know that in that figure, which all the support points are there. Okay. In this figure, which are all the support points? That is A, B, C, D, as well as E. Okay. All these are the support points. At all these support points, you need to write down, that is bending moment coefficient. That you call it as what? Support moments. Okay, the same way, two cases, dead load and the live load. Same way you're also, you write it down. That is dead load, leave some space here, and the live load. Okay, the same way you pick it out the data. Okay, see here, at support next to the end support. Observe here, understand carefully. At support next to the end support. Which role the end support are there in this problem? In this case, A as well as E are the end support. Okay. At support next to the end support is what? B as well as D. At this B as well as D, okay, that is the support moment, that is the bending moment coefficient is what? Minus 1 by 10 for the dead load. For the live load, it is minus 1 by 9. Okay. Similarly, at the end support, the moment will be 0. That is for both dead load and the live load. For the end support, okay, at support next to the end support, the bending moment coefficient, it is for the dead load, it is 1 by 10. Okay. For the live load, it is minus 1 by 9. Okay. Similarly, this is the end support. Next to the end support, it is what? Minus 1 by 10. Next, it is minus 1 by 9. Okay. Next is what? At other interior support. Okay. That is bending moment coefficient for dead load, it is minus 1 by 12. For the live load, it is minus 1 by 9. At other interior support. This is what? B and D is what? The support next to the end support. C is what here now? That is what? Interior support. At this interior support, C, bending moment coefficient for the dead load, it is minus 1 by 12. Okay. Next, for the live load, it is minus 1 by 9. Minus 1 by 9. This is what your support moment. Support moment. Okay. All these coefficients are what? Support moments. And below I wrote it as what? That is the span moments. These are all what? Bending moment coefficient. In order to calculate, that is the moment value, mu, what you need to do? That bending moment coefficient should be multiplied by the load and its square of the effective span to calculate what? Ultimate moment. Now you calculate it, okay, one by one. Below, in this case only, you calculate it. That is what? For the dead load, you need to consider factored dead load. For the live load moment you're calculating, factored live load you need to consider. Be careful. Okay, calculate it now. That is plus 1 by 12. Calculate it. That is what? WU LE square by LE square into 1 by 12. You will get it as 7.267 kilonewton meter for the dead load. Similarly, you calculate it for the live load. Factored live load is what? 4.5 multiplied by LE value, that is 3.41 square divided by 10. Okay, you will get it. That is the MU live load. It is 5.232 kilonewton meter. Next, it is what? For 1 by 16, you will get it as 5.45 kilonewton meter. Okay, for the live load, it is what? Live load, factored live load is 4.5 multiplied by square of T. Effective span 3.41 square divided by 12. you will get it as 4.36 kilonewton meter. Okay. Next is what? Similarly, you calculate, that is for, okay, both these are same. You will get it this also, that is 5.45 kilonewton meter, and this value it is 7.267 kilonewton meter. This value also it is 1 by 12 itself, 4.36 kilonewton meter, and this value it is 7.267 kilonewton meter. Because the coefficient at the end support, okay, that is the middle of the end support, it is same, 1 by 12 and 1 by 12, the same value you will get it. At the interior span, that is 5.45, coefficient it is same. Okay, this is what the span moment you calculated. Similarly, you calculate what? Support moment. Okay, same equation. What? WU L square into bending moment coefficient. Calculate it. Here it will be 0. Okay. I will write it in an upward way, or below I will write it here. Okay. Substitute for dead load, WL square into bending moment coefficient. For time being, forget about this negative sign. You calculate it. You will get it as 8.721 kilonewton meter. Similarly, the live load, you will get it as 5.814 kilonewton meter. The support moment, it is negative. Okay. Next is what? At the end support moment, it is a 0. Then at the middle span, you calculate it. How much you will get it? That is minus 1 by 10. You will get it as, that is 8.721 kilonewton meter. Similarly here, that is 5.814 kilonewton meter. Okay, you calculate it for this 1 by 12. How much you will get it?
$7.2675.
7.265 kilonewton meter. Similarly, this value minus 1 by 9. That is WU. Live load is what? 4.5 multiplied by 3.41 square divided by 9.
Same here, 5.814.
Okay. Minus 5.814 kilonewton meter. Okay, you can include your negative sign. If not also, no problem. Okay, this is what at all the support moments, at the support point and the span, you calculated what? Span moments as well as the support moments. Okay, now what is the thing you need to do? It means separately you need to add, consider, that is the support moment at each point, that is B as well as C as well as D, including what? Dead load moment and the live load moment. Together you need to add it up. In that, maximum moment you need to consider for further design. Okay, now you add it up now. Separately you calculate the total, that is the support moment at each point, including what? Dead load as well as the live load. Similarly, what? The span moment at 1, 2, 3, 4, including what? Dead load as well as the live load. You calculate it. First you calculate what? A span moment. Okay, span moment you calculate it. I will show you now. Okay. Observe here. That is the span moment. That is, write down mu at 1, add dead load moment and the live load moment, that is 7.267 plus 5.232. Similarly, mu at 2, dead load moment is 5.45 plus live load moment is 4.36. Next, mu at 3. Okay, add both the value, that is 5.45 plus 4.36. Similarly, add at 4, that is 7.267 plus 7.26. Sorry, it is 5.232. It is 5.232. Okay, now I will write it down. That is what? Mu, write down your span moments. Span moments. Mu at first span. See here, mu at 1. Add both the dead load and live load moment. That is 7.267 plus 5.232. Okay, you will get it as 12.5 kilonewton meter. That will be equal to what? Mu at fourth span. Mu at fourth span. Is it not? See here, at both the point, at middle of end span. At middle of end span means 1 and 4 are the end span. Okay, the values are same. Next, you need to calculate mu at second span. Mu at the span 2, it will be 5.45 plus 4.36. You will get it as 9.81 kilonewton meter. That will be equal to what? Mu at third span. See here, interior span, BC and CD are the interior span. At this both the case, the value you can observe 5.45 plus 4.36. Okay, this is what your span moment. Similarly, you need to calculate support moments. Okay, observe here the support moments. Okay, the support moments. Okay, support moment, that is mu at A and E. At A and E equals to 0. Is it not? Equals to 0. Next, you need to calculate mu. Next, you need to calculate. Okay, that is what? Mu at B as well as D. Okay, it is both are same. That is mu at B and D. That will be equal to, observe here, at B and D, dead load moment, it is what? Minus 8.721. Consider it is, even though it is negative, take it as positive, that is 8.721 plus live load moment is what? Minus 5.814. 5.814. That will be equal to 14.535 kilonewton meter. Okay. Similarly, you calculate mu at okay, that is at C. Mu at C MU at C, what is the value? Dead load is what? 7.265 and the live load is 5.814. 7.265 plus 5.814. How much this value?
Thirteen point zero 13.081.
081 kilonewton meter. Okay. Once you calculated this, okay, observe in all the four values which is the maximum. Maximum moment, observe mu1 in the span moment, it is 12.5. Another one is 9.81. At the support moment, it is 14.535. Another value at C, it is 13.081. In this, which is the maximum value? It is what? 14.535 kilonewton meter is the what your maximum moment value. So in these four values, you need to adopt maximum moment value. Okay, take down now. Adopt.
I'm at minus 14.5 LM.
Even though it is a negative, if you negative means you will plus only, right? The support moment, it is always negative. Okay, write it down here. Negative moment. Okay, negative moment. Adopt maximum value. Adopt here, moment it is negative. Okay, take this value, adopt maximum moment value, that is negative. Mu will be equal to 14.535 kilonewton meter. This design moment value you need to consider for further